Well, it's December, and I think it's very important to keep the correct days. What is what is very important, that is the temperature of the warangan that you use. So I'm simply using a heater to make coffee or whatever. I put it in it, and the best temperature to work with warangan is, let's say, about 30 degrees. I've got an option, so I can heat it up and then I can use it like this, 30 degrees Celsius. Okay, this is the second way of washing a keris. In some cases, you're losing the pamor a little bit. And there are two ways of doing it. If you're a collector, go for it. Make it as beautiful as you like. Because only then the keris will also stay popular, and we've got a way of surviving with the tradition of the keris. But if you've got a keris with an energy, then you have to be careful. You have to be very careful, because you don't want a negative energy to get into the keris. The first thing what you do is you make the keris white. Make it putty. And when it's putty, the keris is like this, and you don't see the pamor. It's cleaned, and watch out, if you use jeruk nipis, you know, not the yellow but the green one. With jeruk nipis, you're going to open the keris. So if you do not know what to do, don't use this. Because one mistake and the energy is gone. What you do, actually, so let me put it back. And I'm going to show you the tradition. Clean yourself, wash yourself, hands, mouth, nose, eyes, ear, and last but not least your feet. Stop meditating. Watch your breath. In, out, no negative thoughts. Then you do your prayer, your mantra. Om Nam Shiva. Om Nam Shiva. And Om is already cosmic energy what you use. Then before touching it, you use salt to clean your hands. And with salt, there is no negative energy anymore. That's to clean your hands fully. Okay, my mind is cleaned, everything. Then, in Indonesia, your head is also a part of your body. And if you have to cover your body, you also have to cover your head. Then, use the incense for the blade. There comes the incense. My hands are clean. So I take the blank blade, just like with the rose water, put it inside of the incense, you know, and make a connection and clean it. And then I bring it in the warangan, just like this. And you just do a little bit out of it. If you're working with a keris with an energy, be patient. And be patient. Keep it in the warangan for 15 minutes. A normal keris, for a normal keris, 15 minutes is absolutely enough, because they're washed already. But sometimes you find the keris somewhere, I don't know, in some kind of shed, and it is rusty. You need to clean it, and then you need some more time, but don't do it at once. 15 minutes, wait for another cyclist. When the cyclist is over, let's say after 210 days, do it again. The most precious about the keris is the energy, and not the keris, not the gold, not the diamonds. No, it's the energy. And you have to preserve the energy of the keris. That's the most important thing you do. Now let me concentrate a little bit. So I didn't cut the video, and you can see a kris that has already been washed do not need that much. This is only after 2 minutes, and you can see already the contrast coming. Let me see on the top if it's going through, because then it's some kind of adek, so protection, you know. Sometimes the black doesn't get in, and what you start doing is you start pidget. Pidget is pressing on the blade, you know, and making sure that you will see that it will get a little bit darker if you start pidget, you know. Just simply rub over the blade, and by rubbing it you also get that smooth surface what you see with the old kris, with the original washing. What you see with the new way of washing is that a lot of blades, I'm sorry, I have to turn it around now. So just a little bit, push it inside of the blade, and then you get that beautiful smooth surface what you see for the older kris, you know. You go back again, and let's clean it a little bit, and you will see that after, well, 1 minute or so, you see the contrast is coming already. I don't know if you can see it. I don't want to waste warangan. It's very poisoned, you know. It is. Oh, there we go again. You see, it's coming already. So let's keep it here for another 12 minutes. And then I'll put the camera on again after 12 minutes. And most of the time, if you need more than 15 minutes to wash it, marangi, you know, with the, yeah, I use the stones, you know, I grind the stone. You can see it on my page, how I make the warangan. And I can also show you that normally when there's been taken good care of a kris, then you can do it in 15 minutes. So it also depends a little bit. If the kris is washed good, and for a pusaka kris with the energy, you only use kris that has been taken care of. You don't want somebody living in your house who has been neglected. So let's wait after 15 minutes. Yeah, that's enough. So for a kris that has been taken care of, you can see that 15 minutes is absolutely enough. You can see the 3 lines, it's going to the top. So that's absolutely protection. Okay, what do you do now? Because this has a lot of acid inside, and that's very bad for the veins. And I already explained, the spirit of the kris is going to be inside of the veins. So what's going to happen? If you simply clean it like this, then there's still a little bit of acid inside, and it will expand. It will make the holes bigger. The bigger the holes, the faster the energy of the kris will leave. So you have to be careful with those very small veins. What do you do to wash them? Soda, baking soda. So I'm going out now. I'm going to take some baking soda, make sure that it has been cleaned very good, also inside the very small veins. Then I come back, I use the rose water again. Then I'm going to close the kris, because I've used some jaruk to open it. Then I'm going to close it and then put it in the oil. So I will be back to make sure that there's no acid anymore inside of the blade of the kris. And yes. So it has been cleaned with baking soda. Now I use the rose water again. I take the leaves, make sure that it's clean, that there is nothing from a strange or negative energy inside of the keris. And I'm going to dry it very well. Yeah, that's looking better, much better. I don't like the keris to be too dark, you know, but that's something individual, because I've seen some keris being washed really beautiful, you know, you see the pattern perfectly. But with a keris like this, you know, with an energy, it's not about the things that you see, but it's about the things that you do not see. And then afterwards, you wash it and put it in the oil.